Ghana is on track to exit the IMF Extended Credit Facility in May 2026. The president of Ghana hinted at this in his New Year address to Ghanaians. If you don't remember, Ghana entered the 36-month program in May 2023, which means that the expiry date for the program is in May 2026. However, IMF asked for a 3-month extension in their fifth review report, which came out in December 2025. The president and government of Ghana is yet to give a formal reply to the request. However, if I'm reading through the lines, Ghana is ready to tell IMF, adios amigo, in May 2026. I may be wrong. This is just my interpretation of the speech the president gave, all right? But I am 70% convinced that Ghana will be exiting the program in May 2026. Let's wait and see what happens. All right, my name is Anabi Tony. I'm a Ghanaian writer who lives in the US. On this channel, I talk about geopolitics from the perspective of an African. So if that's something you are into, subscribe to this channel. Now, I need to point out that on my channel, I talk about foreign policy and trade, which means that the 10 to 15 minute speech the president of Ghana gave in his New Year address, he touched on so many issues, right? He talked about digitization of education. He talked about healthcare. He talked about mechanization of agriculture. All very fantastic program that he is on agenda to deliver in 2026. But because I focus on foreign policy, I'll talk about only two things he addressed in his speech. I will address the Accra Reset, and then we will move on to the IMF program. So Accra Reset is Ghana's leadership on the global scene. So President Mahama launched a program somewhere in August 2025, where he hosted other world leaders in Ghana to rethink global health. That was in August 2025. That was the beginning of Accra Reset. And then in September 2025, the president of Ghana formally launched Accra Reset. And when he launched it, it went from just being a program about global health to restructuring of global governance. And what Accra Reset is about is Ghana wants the rest of the global south to come together to be leaders in the globe as well. You know, for a very long time, for the over 80 years, or that's 80 years, right? For the 80 years that the UN has been in existence, the West have been making decisions for the globe. Accra Reset is a way of Ghana telling the world that it is time for the global south to have a bigger say in the leadership of the world. That's basically what the Accra Reset was about. And the president of Ghana in his speech is saying that in 2026, he's going to keep championing the Accra Reset. And he also made reference to his speech at the UN ATF General Assembly, which was a well-received speech around the world. And so, yeah, I like that he, in his review of the year, he didn't just highlight the things that he was doing domestically, but also the things that he was doing on the global scene. Good on him, President Mahama. He's always been a good speech giver, right? And the fact that Mahama is a good speech giver is why I say I am reading between the lines when it comes to IMF. So when Ghana entered the IMF program in 2023, Mahama wasn't in office, right? It was Akufo-Addo that was in office. I'm bringing that up to say something. When the rest of the world is thinking about Ghana, they don't think about Ghana in terms of NDC and NPP. They think about Ghana in terms of government. And the government of Ghana is the government of Ghana. It doesn't matter whether NPP is in power or NDC is in power. This is something I've said before on this channel, and the president of Ghana also said in his speech, right? And so the program has been ongoing for 2.5 years now, right? And as long as the program has been ongoing, Ghana has been in compliance with the program. So the IMF Extended Credit Facility program, the ECF program, usually has three ways that it can end. Number one way that it can end is if the country that is in the facility believes that it is time for them to exit the program. Say you enter the program because your country was not doing well and something miraculously happened, your country is now doing well, so you don't need the facility anymore, you can voluntarily exit the program. That can happen. That has not happened for Ghana yet. Another way you can exit the program is if IMF ends the program. That can happen if IMF believes that the country in the program is not in compliance with the facilities or the terms of the program. And usually that is why IMF reviews the country that is in the program every 6 months, right? What that means is, even though the program that Ghana entered into was a $3 billion program, the money is given in bits, right? And so in the fifth review, which was announced in December 2025, Ghana received over $300 million from IMF, which means that Ghana is in compliance with the terms of the program, right? And even if you read the report, when IMF asks for the extension of the program, they are not asking for the extension of the program because they think that Ghana is not doing well. They are asking for the extension of the program because, according to them, they need more time to review the economy of Ghana. Which is why, when the president of Ghana said Ghana is going to exit the program not as supplicants but as partners, I understood that to be shade at IMF. The president of Ghana is a very diplomatic person. He's always going to speak in diplomatic language. But diplomatic language, when you bring it to the streets, what the president of Ghana is trying to tell IMF is that, yo, when they try to talk to me, I'll be your guy. Me and you be parties. Grow past me. If you tell me what to do. Basically, that's what the president said. I don't know if you guys are familiar with US politics, but when Obama was president, right? He used to have whenever he had the meet the press, there's a name for it. Usually the president will have dinner with members of his press once a year, right? And usually it's supposed to be a comic, fun event. And once or twice, President Obama came to give his speech, and then he would give the speech in his diplomatic language and be like, "I, President Obama, I'm happy to be here." And then he had somebody next to him, which they call it his anger translator. And his anger translator would be like, yo, I don't like being here with you, something like that, right? That is what I am trying to do with Mahama's speech. Even though he's telling IMF, yeah, give the global south a chance to run things on our own. That's what President Mahama said, right? How I understood that is, why are you trying to get in our way? We as a country are trying to be a sovereign. We are trying to run our country the way we want to run our country. Stop being in our business. Basically, that's what President Mahama said in my language. I just wanted to because today is January 1st and we are still in the festive season, I wanted to add some lighter note to this video. But my point is, based on what Ghana has been doing for the past 2.5 years and what the economy has been doing in the past 1 year specifically, Ghana is on track to exit the program. And I believe that no matter what happens, whether the extension is given or not, Ghana will exit the program this year. And then we get to see what President Mahama and his administration really want to do for our country. All right. I hope to give a very positive report of Ghana at the end of this year. All right. I'll talk to you later, and subscribe to my channel if you are interested in this type of foreign policy and trade related issues. All right.